Well, hello. It is Easter Day. I am sitting here with this lady, my mother. Tell them hello, mother. Tell them hi.
Hi.
Okay. My mother is 89 years old, and I want to share with you all. We've been sitting here just talking. I think y'all try that sometime. We just sitting here just talking. And so we was laughing because I said, tell me this. I have a couple questions to ask you. Tell me this, first of all, I need you to tell everybody about you being an entrepreneur. And that is, that's what you instilled in us to have our own business and to be able to, learn how to work for yourself and to give other people an opportunity to help them. So you want to share with us why you were so ready to start your own business? I know you was working for the city first before you started your business. You want to share that?
Yes, I was working for the city, but first I worked for Gulf Coast for 10 or 15 years. I left Gulf Coast and I went to the county. Left the county, went to the city. But when I got kind of tired of helping everybody and doing things for the different ones, so I decided, well, I'm going to help somebody because, especially homeless, because you see, to help a homeless person, you have to be homeless yourself. I once was homeless on the street with my children.
Okay, you told me that, and when you told me that, I'm looking at her. We talked about this, and I'm saying we was homeless. I don't even remember that. She said we slept on the street, and I was like, really? What was I doing? Because I was the oldest. Look like to me, I would have been saying, when are we getting off the street? So what happened that helped us get off the street?
Well, I was living on the street in Dallas, Texas, and my oldest son was with me, and Sandra. Sandra and my was the two oldest. We slept on the street overnight until some at a service station until this guy came by in a big truck, and he said, "What are you sitting there for?" I said, "We trying to get a ride to Shreveport." And he said, "Oh, I'm going direct to Shreveport. I'll take y'all." And that's how I went back home to my mother with my children.
How many of us was it then? I mean, wait a minute, y'all. First of all, my mother had 12 of us, and I asked her that question today too. Tell me, what were you thinking? Okay, was I was number 5 when we was on the street, right? Lord have mercy. I was number 5. So what were you thinking with the 5 of us returning? When just 5 of us when you returned to your mama house, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay. So what did she say when you came back with all 5 of us?
Well, my mother was very happy.
She was.
She didn't want me to go to Dallas in the first place, but she was very happy to get us back there with her. She was a mother that I don't know how I survived without her.
Yes.
She took care of me and my 5 children. I didn't know how to cook until I came to, to Texas
Oh
because
my
my
God.
mother did all the cooking.
She took care of
Took
us.
care of all of us.
Oh my
That
God.
uh-huh.
She was a sweet grandma. The thing is, I think that I just like to know how that feel. I mean, I went through hell with the 2 I got. How did you manage those 5 of us, knowing that we were home? Was my daddy with you at all?
Yes, I was married. Yes.
But where was he at? Wherever he laid his hat was his home?
He was somewhere looking for another woman.
Lord help us all. So what did you do after that? I know you said that because you were an entrepreneur, that inspired us to be. But what do you think is the greatest thing you could tell people today because of that in your heart of always wanting to help people? Because that's my kind of heart as well. And I believe all of my siblings too. We always trying to help somebody. But what do you feel that people need to think about today on this resurrection day that, people need to understand, people are hungry, people are lost, people need salvation. What can you say for that person who may be mad at a sibling or mad at their mama? Or what would you say today?
As I stated earlier, I was homeless living in Dallas, and I kept praying. And I just kept praying. And I promised the Lord, if He left me, I will continue to lift someone else as long
Wow.
as I could. And I'm still trying to do that at 89. I want to help people that cannot help themselves. And when I refer to cannot help themselves, don't have a home or don't have a house, whatever, to live in, they're always welcome to my home.
And she not lying, y'all. You know, with 12 of us, and she cooked some good biscuits, and I would say, God, where they coming from? We ain't gonna have enough biscuits. Cause I would love to eat me some biscuits and jelly and that salt bacon you would cook, But I just want you to know I'm grateful that you are still here with us at 89, and I'm grateful for all the things, not the things that I inherited, like the big legs and not the big other stuff that come with the big legs that we got from you. But I'm happy just to be able to have life. And I can still remember you sitting by my bed when I got shot. I can still remember you there all night and all day with me. We have so many hurting families today who've lost their loved ones from COVID, and people who don't want to talk. What can you say about forgiveness and letting things go so that people can be a family again, even just for today?
Yeah. Well, I'm a Pisces, so therefore I'm like a fish. I do not hold grudges. I know here since when I had all my children and live around other women's had children that could constantly fighting. I remember one time she's gone in to glory now. Every time I come from work, I had to work most of the time when my children was young. Every day I come from work, she would come to my door and call me all kind of name and tells me what my children has done.
That was our neighbor.
Yeah, that was my neighbor. uh, and so the last time she came to my door, I took the screen and pushed it and hit her all down the street.
Yeah, we had to watch her fight. We were scared that she was the lady like
after that, because that neighbor I'm referring to is my very good friend. I was with her when she took her last breath. Uh, she said I was crazy because the next day I didn't have no flour to cook chicken, so I sat down to her house to get some flour. And she said, "Is that crazy woman want my flour?"
After you done beat her up. But that's love, and that's a friend,
Because I kept praying, that God would make a way for me. If I didn't have Jesus in my life, I wouldn't be here at 89 right now.
That's right.
So I'm so blessed to be here on Easter Sunday, talking with my daughter.
Yes,
Because God is so good. He brought me from a mighty way, long ways through hard trials and tribulation, but He never failed me. Just want to say thank you. Thank you all for listening. And remember, the more you give, the more you receive.
Yes, God. Thank you, Mother. Oh my God. This is so beautiful for me to be able. We just said, let's take this and let you all hear from her. This is what she told me. And like I told her after the first two, I was like, no more, Lord. Some people are begging to have babies. You got to know that it's God's time for you to have your quiver to grow with different babies. But I believe that God wanted me to have my two, and I'm grateful. And then she had 12 of us. What a blessing. It was good to have all my siblings in one house. We had a lot of fights, but I love them so much, and I know they love me. We just want to say happy, blessed Easter, and we out of here. Bye.
Bye, everybody. And remember, I love you, but God loves you best.
Amen. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye. That's what she told me.